outside when it's dangerous. And if you shoot, you ain't miss. That nigga ball like game 6. That nigga ball like game 6.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. All that like us niggas up in game 6. Busy with the bullshit, you can save it. All that like us niggas up in game 6.
Game 60 bands on my neck when I got it on me. And I remember I was broke, I never let them hold me. Final seconds with my back against the wall. 81 point strong with this K, I call it Kobe. Running through this lettuce, nothing you can tell us. I gotta watch my back, I know that they get jealous. Real shit, I got rich, ain't gotta embellish. Real life made men, they call us good fellas. And I ain't got anxiety, I know it's intuition. May never love a bitch, but I for sure play my position. I know the streets talking, I'm cracking, so I ain't tripping. I said I play for keeps, but I guess them niggas ain't listening. Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. Nah, you can't come outside when it's dangerous. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. All that like us niggas up in game 6. Busy with the bullshit, you can save it. All that like us niggas up in game 6.
I've been winning, tell my ops check the scoreboard. Money in the attic, work all in the floorboards. Late night, this the life that we pray for. Overtime with the pack is what we in the game for. Put myself in the game and everything is just a memory. Made a couple plays for the pain, not an enemy. Gotta watch my friends more, I gotta watch the enemies. The haters hella fake, I know what enemies' intentions. I let it go until it click if I'm aiming. Started staying safe and ended up staying dangerous. Game on the line, see the pressure I can take. Hall of fame shit, so if it's mine, I'ma take niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. All that like us niggas up in game 6. Busy with the bullshit, you can save it. All that like us niggas up in game 6. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. All that like us niggas up in game 6. Busy with the bullshit, you can save it. All that like us niggas up in game 6.
Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas always inside when it's dangerous. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? Rich Trapper tapping in. TNN Trap News Network. Back in the same, like cracking the same here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you use. It's that good knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, big dog. Tap in with that tap in to make sure you are, in fact, tapped in with that good tap in. You feel me? We finna jump into this content, but before we do, hit the like, hit the comment, hit the get subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that news you can use. It's that knowledge though. You not finna get nobody's college though, big dog. Tap in with the tap in. You ain't tapped in with the tap in. You got the no jumper cast talking about KINGPILL pulling up the 4XTRAZ hood. Flu, flammery, skullduggery, and larceny at its highest form. But we finna jump into this, but before we do, if you would like to be a part of this Trap News Network family, hit me up on Instagram, TRAPNEWSNETWORX, Trap News Network. We'd love to have you on a Trap News Network family, have you aboard this Trap News Network team. We finna jump into this content without no further do's or don'ts. KINGPILL pulled up to the 4XTRAZ hood, to the 40s. Finna see what the No Jumper cast has to say about it. Let's go.
An up-and-coming character in the No Jumper / Los Angeles cinematic universe, a man from Pomona by the name of KINGPILL. Now, I ended up going to New York to do a bunch of content. KINGPILL was part of our entourage. He shot a video while we were out there. We put that video out. It's up now on the channel. And KINGPILL, you know, made it clear that he wanted to fight 4XTRAZ. Now, he wanted to do so in a boxing sense, so I was kind of hyping it up. We made a couple of Instagram reels while we were moving around in New York, and I was trying to hype up the 4XTRAZ KINGPILL boxing match. Now, from my perspective, my very naive white perspective, I thought KINGPILL's from a fucking gang in Pomona. I can't imagine that they could possibly have any kind of beef with the ROLLIN 40s all the way down here in Los Angeles.
Don't.
So, but then I sit down with 4XTRAZ to do our podcast, and he was very angry. Aside from knocking the carrots off the table, he also made it very clear that he felt KINGPILL was beneath him and not worthy of fading him to a massive audience.
Why though?
He can beat him.
Why?
And I agree. I think that if he thinks he's a smoker, if he thinks KINGPILL is a total loser, why not piece him up and then move on to a bigger fight if it's that easy?
Just get the money.
From my perspective, my honest opinion, I think 4XTRAZ would make quick work of KINGPILL. I'm gonna just be real. I think that would be a quick scrap.
My money would be on
my guess.
Do you think he got 50,000 in anybody's bank account or in his possession?
No.
So why would somebody turn down 50,000? You just beat the smoker up.
But that's my thing. That's one thing 4XTRAZ was saying is like KINGPILL don't have no money. It's like, well, when people come together to do a celebrity boxing match, it's not like they're putting up the money. They get paid to do the boxing match, and sometimes there's an incentive to win, but not always.
Can I ask you a question,
Sure.
Adam? I know you're biased. Do that sound like an excuse?
Now, this is what I know as far as we're looking at it from a monetary aspect. I understand the sport of fighting and how much it costs to put together a combat sporting event. For a KINGPILL and a 4XTRAZ, for either one of them to make $40,000, $50,000 would mean that profit of that fight has to hit over $300,000. Now, we know that after paying for security, paying for the venue, paying for you have to sometimes pay for the lot to park, because sometimes the lot to park is not also included in the venue. Paying for licensing, paying for to set up the boxing ring, paying for cameras, paying for lights, all that kind of stuff. You mean it after all that's paid for, you have to then make $300,000, meaning that you have to make $300,000 in profit. So you have to pay for all that, and then let's call that easily $65,000 to $70,000. You have to spend $70,000, and then you have to make $70,000. Then you have to make an additional $300,000 to pay these dudes $50,000 a piece. So you mean to tell me you have $100,000 to pay KINGPILL and 4XTRAZ? Oh, we have this. Oh, we have sponsors. We have this. We have that. Bro, it don't add up. The numbers never add up. The numbers never add up. Not for these type of dudes at all. You feel me? UFC fighters go in there with pay-per-views and don't even get paid that. You mean to tell me 4XTRAZ and KINGPILL is getting it? That doesn't even make sense, bro. Neither one of these niggas is getting anything close to $50,000 for this waste of time.
I don't know why 4XTRAZ would need an excuse, but from my perspective, I do believe that 4XTRAZ thinks that he's just above KINGPILL, that he's too popular to stoop down and fight, because he's thinking he's going to fight Aaron the...
I can see that too, because 4XTRAZ thought that he was finna fight Aaron the Plumber or Jake Paul. Then you have KINGPILL. Like, imagine that you think that you finna fight an Aaron the Plumber or Jake Paul, and then KINGPILL come wobbling his smoker double up.
Plumber.
But that's the whole thing Aaron's doing to him, though.
I think 4XTRAZ correctly believes that he would basically be making KINGPILL if he were to do a boxing match
And ADAM22 agrees. Like, but and who wants to make a character like KINGPILL? Who cares?
against him. Because he views himself as
Make him hit
much,
the ground.
much more
Listen,
famous.
make him hit the fucking ground.
50 bands.
Well, whether you fight or not, it's gonna be the same because KINGPILL capitalizing off this whole thing right now anyway.
Exactly. So once we did that podcast episode, fast forward, I think the next day, KINGPILL comes to Los Angeles with Bompton G Uno. They post up
Who has since apologized?
in what they believed to be a ROLLIN 40s park, and they filmed a video, and they very much have red rags on deck. There's even an Instagram clip. I don't think they pulled them out
Hey, Ant,
at
could you
the
correct
video.
them, bro?
Yeah, they're in the wrong hood.
How can you
Hold on,
believe
hold on,
that?
hold on, hold on.
They knew they was at Adam.
It's important to know that KINGPILL was flexing a gun, which really kind of, to a lot of people, that makes them view it a certain way. But then it was also revealed that they were not in a ROLLIN 40s park. They were actually in a Hoover park. So they successfully pissed off both the Hoovers and the ROLLIN 40s.
No. About the segue, right?
So what happened to that, right? So basically, that's what they're...
Munchie B is like, damn it, I was trying to talk. Look.
No. About the segue, right?
So what happened to that, right? So basically, that's what everybody thought, because I even did a segment on that. But none of that ain't what happened. So what happened was...
Shout out Hawk.
KINGPILL had, however, you know what I'm saying, he tapped in, you know what I'm saying, with Young Hawk from 94 Hoover. So he called Hawk from 94 Hoover, however they got online, and however G Uno came into it. They came to LA by way of him. Okay. And they did go to the 40s hood, you know what I'm saying? They went to the 40s. He was out there on Vernon and Fig on the light pole doing pull-ups, talking to the little kids and stuff, being funny with him, saying with the rag and all that. But Hawk took them, you know, he tapped in with the Fathers Hoovers and took them to the park right there to film the little music video. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
they
So
did
they
have
wasn't in the
permission
wrong
to be over
place.
there, you know what I'm saying?
And they knew where they was at when they went to the
Yeah.
park.
But you know, the other dudes from like the 50s, like you got, you know, like T-Rail and them, and like I guess back on Fig, I guess they said they had got like calls and stuff, and they didn't know what was going on. But like Hawk was like, man, you know, I tapped in, you know what I'm saying, with some dudes. They knew we was over there, and that's who they was over there with me. I wasn't on camera, but I brought them over there.
How long was
called
he
them
over there in the
personally.
40s, though, when he went to Vernon?
I didn't even ask that. He just called because I did
Quick, fast, and in a hurry. They got up out of there.
the segment, so you know I know Hawk, so he called my phone. He hit me on Instagram actually and dropped his number like, bro, call me. He like, no, they ain't just come down here and come to the hood. He like, I brought them down here. You know, we went on Vernon first. So basically, I asked Hawk like, well, why would you even do that? Like, why would you get in a beef? Like, why would you bring a
And Hawk has a pre-existing issue with 4XTRAZ, so you know, here's that.
Pyru from Compton and Pyru from Pomona down in LA and Troll, even with the 40 and Hoover thing, bro, that ain't even cool. So he
Why
like,
ain't cool?
so he like, it ain't, because why would you insert yourself in their beef? That ain't got nothing to do with you. Let them do that by themselves. If they want to come down here, you don't insert yourself in that, bro.
I disagree.
Because
Okay, Munchie, what's your
because when the
perspective?
bodies start dropping, bro, the 4
No, but
5
Munchie's
6s is
pro-
not about to be
he's
mounting
pro
up.
bodies dropping.
The 4 5 6s is not about to be mounting up with the Hoovers going to put in work. The Hoovers is not about to be mounting up with the 4 5 6s. They not with whatever Pyru G Uno from. They not about to be mounting up and going to put in work with each other. So why is it righteous, bro?
Yeah, how is that a good thing, Munchie?
But you see that, like,
Because it
and
don't matter
Hefe thinks
anyway to Hawk.
gang
They beef
war
anyway.
bad.
Either
Munchie
way,
thinks
It
gang
does
war
matter, though. Like,
not so
being
bad.
righteous, like,
It's
you want
already
to be
smoked.
real.
So it's already.
But you don't get in nobody else smoke. You like I'm from Hoover. I can create my own smoke. This is some celebrity. This is some fucking celebrity YouTube that y'all this could potentially get dangerous and niggas start getting killed over this.
And then now Young and Hefe is taking it extremely serious because Young and Hefe understands the severity of what's going on in the community that he's from. No, Young and Hefe is not from 40s. Sorry. Well, ashes fell on me. He's not, excuse me, he's not from 40s. He's not from Hoover. But in representing the A-Tray gangsters and then just being a part of South Central, he understands the detriment that this situation can cause. He understands how far this could go. He understands that this could be some bullshit. You feel me? Some bullshit, some bullshit, some bullshit, some bullshit. So when it's all said and done, he understands that things could be, you know, just flammery, skullduggery, and larcenies. But yeah, man, Young and Hefe seem like he's the only one on this panel right now with some common sense in regards to the situation. Everybody else is treating it like it don't really matter because it don't directly affect that community.
Bro, this internet niggas is trolling.
Hey.
Be come on, be for real, bro.
The 40s still took it as disrespect, but they could have got more invasive. Like Vernon and Fig, that's the 40s, but you could have been there for a good 30 minutes and not got.
That's what I'm saying. How long was they there?
But let me.
I don't know how long I was there, but
I think
But
Smack was the first one on the scene.
So Hawk got us. So Hawk
In the
basically,
trouble in the
basically Hawk got a story. So like I asked him why did he get in it. So he like, oh bro, you know, he was like, well, you know, I was in the county. You know what I'm saying, basically he said he was in the county 2011 with 4XTRAZ or whatever. He said 4XTRAZ came on the tier. 4XTRAZ called him out, set the kite down to him like, hey bro, you know what I'm saying. When the gates unrack, we gonna get down whatever. He like for sure. He like, you know, pill call. This how we gonna do it. Blah blah blah.
So yeah, the dude Hawk was holding on to a grudge from way back when, I guess.
He like 4XTRAZ like for sure. He say he called back down to 4XTRAZ. Tell 4XTRAZ like, hey look, if they call you for wayside, don't get on the wayside. Move. Refuse to move so we can get that out the way. So he say 4XTRAZ tell him for sure we gonna get that out the way. He said they called the wayside
I hope that my children are asleep and not in that room playing. Go to bed.
line. 4XTRAZ name came up. He said 4XTRAZ hop on the line. He said he called on 4XTRAZ.
Daddy duties.
Like, bro, what you doing? He said 4XTRAZ stopped by himself. Like, hey, look, bro, it's more of your homies up there in Wayside. I'm about to go up there and get down with your homies and got on. So he feel like 4XTRAZ turned his fade down.
So he said he got unfinished business.
Yeah, that's basically what he said. So
But there's a better way to go about that unfinished business without including everybody in y'all personal situation. But you know what? Gangbanging beefs are just that. Personal situations that are forced to be involved by everybody.
that's why he did the video and hopped on the verse with G Uno and Pill. And brought
This
down.
soon, coming soon.
The only thing that makes this make sense is that it's a bunch of dudes trying to get attention. Like, because if you really look at it, there's no reason why those dudes should have went to that area. If KINGPILL was talking to little kids, that means there's little kids around. And then if somebody came
little
through,
kids, they was like they was like teen, they was like 17,
even
18,
if they were
you know what I'm
17,
saying?
there's innocent bystanders who could have possibly been affected by the nonsense them dudes is doing. Like, and that's why people, even though there's a certain level of like, you know, you can relate to some gang members and stuff. Overwhelmingly, the neighbors, the people who are like trying to just survive, they're against it because it's like this internet stuff is really making gangbanging really look even worse.
Okay,
It's looking watered down.
Watered down. It ain't making it worse.
It's making it look worse.
A nigga hop out on me with a camera, I feel safe. Any nigga running around recording that.
That's real. Anybody running around recording their situations, you don't really want to do anything. You're not really trying to handle nothing. You just, it's a pretty safe way of going about it. It's a pretty safe way.
Man, they'll shoot you on camera.
They will shoot you on camera and post.
They'll shoot you on
They will shoot you
camera.
on camera just to post.
These niggas is retarded.
They looking for clout clicks, bro. These niggas looking
sure.
And they die for it. They die for it. They kill for it. That's one thing about the streets.
Man.
Adam, how do you feel about Flacco making, like, basically insinuating that no jumpers adding to gang beef by platforming KINGPILL?
So this is my response to that, is that for a long time now, even since like 2020, I've liked the idea of us getting into the boxing world. It feels like we build up so many characters through the podcast, and even outside of it, there's all kinds of rivalries, there's all kinds of different animosity, and I think we all agree that it would be nice if we could get public boxing matches that people get paid for as a way to sort of confront some of these issues that people have, instead of just letting it linger or just having to be back and forth on a podcast. To me, my inner Vince McMahon just kind of feels like people just arguing on podcasts. There's not usually like a real climax. And then when something violent happens, it's like a 5-alarm fire. People get fired. People are kicked off the podcast. Shit, whatever. It's like a bad thing when people get to actually fighting. So from my perspective, I've always thought it would be cool if we could get into the boxing world. And just recently, I made a connection with somebody connected to KINGPILL and some other people, and they were trying to help me line it up. I've been working with celebrity boxing. I thought that the KINGPILL 4XTRA fight would be a good one to make. 4XTRA dismissed it, but to be fair, he didn't say anything negative about.
Now, here's the thing, too. 4XTRAZ was told he had a fight with Aaron the Plumber. Why y'all keep acting like y'all didn't tell that nigga he had a fight with Aaron the Plumber? Now all of a sudden you want this nigga to fight a smoker.
A 4, 5, 6 Pyrus out of Pomona or whatever, but then they basically took it and used it as leverage to go and do something that, to me, kind of crosses the line. Like, if you guys want to do, like it just really makes me not even want to dip my toe into the celebrity boxing thing if I'm going to be dealing with street dudes that are going to basically turn it into potentially murder.
It's going to turn into that. That's what it's going to turn into. That's what it is. You don't want it to be that. You're acting like it's not that, but that's what it is.
Street situations. So
Flacco was right.
You're not dealing with celebrities. You're dealing with gang members trying to get clout.
I don't necessarily disagree with the idea, because if I was encouraging them to just fight on the street, yes, it's 100% fucked up. I was trying to do it in a controlled environment. But now, looking at even the way that just attempting to do this kind of went, it makes me feel like, okay, why even bother?
Just
now look at Adam. He don't even want to be involved with you niggas no more.
Just came from the county whooping ass for free.
Can you
come
put the
out
mic a
here.
little closer?
He whooping ass free. You whooping ass to put the carrots in the ass.
Yes, well, that is part of it, is that I want to see somebody get carroted.
Well, he said he didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying you spanking niggas for free and fighting for free, but like you out here and he's a smoker. That's easy peasy.
That's how I feel too.
You know how much dope and guns.
That's what he
I kind of feel like yeah, like y'all right with that, but it's like
y'all,
like you kind of taking it too far, like with the trolling in the hood, coming to the hood, because the fight not even set yet. So now I can see if the fight was set, and you trying to warm it up, you trying to catch heat.
But right, this is a situation that's not even proven to have been even agreed upon by anybody. You feel me?
You came through like, what's up? I'm in your set, but you still, this ain't even on, and I'm not with it, and you trying to come through the set plan thinking that's gonna make me hop out there and fight.
Yeah, that's not gonna make anyone want to fight. That's gonna make somebody want to do something else to you, and it's gonna make their affiliates want to do something else to you. That takes it way past the aspect of just trying to fight with someone. That's literally spitting in the face of their neighborhood and everything that they represent.
Fight you, but he trying to bait him into fighting.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, but niggas don't fight after that. We all know this. Munchie B, you wouldn't want to fight after nobody pulled up to Inglewood doing that kind of stuff.
Look at the history of boxing. Many challengers who were lesser boxers had to go to extremes to get the champion, this is a self-proclaimed champion, to actually fight them, because that is the nature of boxing. If you are someone who has a reputation of being a great fighter, you have more to lose versus the other person if they have no history.
But if KINGPILL really...
Boxing had changed over time. Back in the days, Ali time, all the greats was fighting each other. Now, today, it's lesser of a throw bums in front of you, kind of dodge a person that's in your same height range. If you gotta do it, do it. But if not, if you could dodge it,
But
then
why can't we do like the smack contest? Do you think the thing where you stand up and do the smack contest?
Smack contest as well.
Power slap.
Power slap.
KINGPILL is 4XTRA power slap. Somebody animate that.
Yeah, let's just do that. That'll go
power
up.
slap, that's a cold game.
Power slap is crazy.
Man.
Dulo from Matthews is on my channel, bro. And he was locked up with the nigga Pill. He stamped certain shit and said the nigga was going stupid. So I'm saying, when you say lesser than, I think 4XTRAZ got a bigger...
Just because somebody's going stupid in the jail and they're doing things in jail that make them crash outs and all that kind of stuff doesn't mean that he's still not lesser than. KINGPILL's a waste of time for so many reasons. We're not gonna give that guy any validity. KINGPILL is a waste of time for so many reasons. To even engage in an actual problem with KINGPILL makes you an idiot. That's just, it is what it is. We all see that guy. We're not going to pretend like we don't see the stupidity of KINGPILL. We're not going to act like we don't see the idiocy of KINGPILL. We're not going to act like we don't see the ignorance of KINGPILL. He almost had a good thing going when he was telling his story and he was being humble, but this whole like crash out thing he has going on, yeah, you could be you can be an idiot on your own. You don't always remember this, guys, in the chat. Don't let nobody take you down with him. KINGPILL's self-destructive, and you can already see that he doesn't really have too much going for him by way of anything. So do you yourself need to be involved in any of the stupidity and any of the idiocy that comes along with someone like KINGPILL? Probably not. Probably not.
Reputation and more gangster reputation, so everybody just already assuming, you know what I'm saying?
But,
and then you gotta think, KINGPILL is retarded. You ever heard of retarded shit?
I don't think he's retarded. I actually think he's kind of smart.
I think he's hella intelligent.
Yeah.
Einstein is a genius, but he's retarded. But I'm saying, no. It's just such as retarded. I wouldn't just call KINGPILL the lesser.
Celebrity-wise, I would say lesser.
Has anybody ever seen KINGPILL fight?
Muscle density-wise, I would say he's lesser.
Has anybody seen KINGPILL fight before?
Now, Adam seems pretty unremorseful about all this. Doesn't seem like he really gives too much of a flaming fudge about any of this situation because it doesn't directly affect him or the neighborhood that he comes from or the neighborhood that he has anything actually invested in outside of you ninjas doing podcasts. So with that all being said, that's a pretty clear, show of what does and what does not matter in the eyes of, ADAM22, so forth and so on. That all being said, though, y'all pay attention to the signs around y'all because the signs around y'all let you know exactly what's going on. With that being said, y'all know the deal is red down to the left. You know the rest. It's Free Avenue Angel, so he's free. We are gone.